Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 106 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where I'm trying really hard not to accidentally smack, I don't know if that's Justin or a Mosa or something back there, but don't want to whack them. Anyway, today we are working on getting ourselves set up with our Tier 3 bee apiary, so we can start producing honeycomb blocks, and we do a little bit of Botania work with some sparks and all that stuff to automate things a little better. So yeah, let's get started. Hello, my friends, and welcome to can you get out of my way, door? Another wonderful night here in the world of TheAndrata, where today we're doing some things, trying some stuff out. We're going to be upgrading our apiaries today and getting stuff going. First off, I want to pop down here and check and see if this is working. Or does it not need to work, and is that why it's not working? I set up this, as you can see, I decided to set up this clockout block to see if maybe triggering this on a world load works, but it's actually full. So that is why it's not working. Our mana pools here are completely full. So it could have worked, and I just don't know. Anyway, let's explain what I did here. So I noticed with everything being in one chunk, everything works perfectly fine. I just have to come down here and start it out at the beginning of every play session and everything. And who wants to do that? Like, I got to remember to come down here. It's a lot of work. And, yeah, you know, TheAndrata, he's lazy. So really, it's not laziness. I just ain't going to remember to do it. So what I did was set up, if you remember, we had that clockout block that we had made before when we were doing, we're trying to fix our refined storage thing, which let me tell you, has not had an issue in probably about the past 20 episodes. Don't know what's fixed it, but it's working. So the clockout block is super simple to make here. So we have that. I have a repeater pushing into a piece of netherrack because it was the first thing that was in my dank that I had a lot of, so I put it there. Redstone torch, and then a create link here. And so what happens is when I log into the world, because that's what the clockout block is supposed to do, outputs redstone when the player is online. So my theory is when I load the world up, it's off, right? Because the world is loading and everything. And then when my player loads in, it will trigger this, which triggers this, which turns this off, which pulses this. And we'll pulse this and do the thing, right? Because when this is off, this is on, and yeah. So hopefully it triggers a pulse and starts this up. I don't know. I may have this backwards actually now that I think about it, but our Gormarillis is full. It's not running because our mana is full, so we're pretty good to go. Let's see. So I did that in between episodes, and I don't really think I did terribly too much else. Yeah, I didn't really do much else. I just, I didn't even swap out that glimmering wood. I did get some mana pearls. I requested like 16 of these or so and converted it over to pixie dust. So we have some pixie dust. We have exactly enough pixie dust for what I want to work on here. It's kind of, it's not that it's expensive, but mana pearls just take a while to create. So I didn't want to go too crazy with it, but we definitely want to get some like elementium, which should be... right, it's elementium, but I don't know if that's just throwing it through. It is 2 elven honeycombs or an infused sun metal or a tainted gold ingot. Oh, that's what I did in between episodes. I did go ahead and make the bees. So I made the infused bee. The infused bee was fairly simple. It was a birthing recipe. So altar of birthing, spirit of bee, iron honeycomb, and infused sun metal block. So I made that guy, and then I went ahead and did the tainted one. It was mentioned in the comments that specifically for let's see, we already did the tainted one. There was the terrestrial one, bee. It was mentioned in the comments of the episode where I got Terra Steel that by getting the terrestrial bee and then doing the Terra honeycombs, something like that, yeah, and making Terra Steel in here only requires it to use, if we used the mana infuser when we get to that point versus the terrestrial agglomeration, you can see here this uses 0.3 mana pools worth of mana, whereas normal Terra Steel in here takes, if we do it this recipe, it's 0.5 mana pools. Doesn't seem like much, but Botania mana pools, the numbers are like it's very you have a lot of mana, right? A mana pool holds a big number of mana. So when you're using half of a mana pool, that's a big number for our Gormarillas to have to refill. So cutting it down by 0.3 is a significant amount of mana. Basically, if you math it out, we're saving 0.2 every craft. So if we do 3 crafts, it's like we did a free craft. So yeah, it's buy 2, get 1 free, essentially. So yeah, I like that. Or buy 3, get 1 free, something like that. 1.5 free almost. So yeah, we have terrestrial honeycombs. So we have those coming into the system now. We have infused sun metal honeycombs and we have tainted honeycombs. And you know what? I'm actually the infused. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the to-do list. And the terra steel, I don't need to do anything. I need to switch my recipes for this because this is used to make the sun metal ingot. And I was told it uses a significantly less amount of aura to do it this way than doing it the other way. And we want less aura to be used because we're about to, or when we kick off crafts and everything, it takes forever. You guys saw when we did the infused sun metal earlier, when we did it this way with the sun metal bricks, it took forever. I want faster. Less aura means faster, which means better for us. Anyway, okay. So today what I want to do, though, we need to get our apiary set up. I want to get our tier 3 apiaries going. Oh, we have a new iron golem. Oh, no, that's Sandy. Oh, by the way, I made the fishing rod. As you can see, my memory stick is completely emptied here, and I have no experience stored anywhere. I need to go farming up for some experience. But I went into the nether and went and got us some easnium, and while I was out there, I found a magma cube spawner. So I got the magma cube, and I think that's what we're going to use for our experience generating for our essence and everything. So then I took our Tetra sword that we had long ago, our old lethal blood-seeking Enderium sword, and I put the knowledge of the ages, the sharpness, and the looting on here. And the nice thing with Tetra, when you enchant, you can actually upgrade, because we already had looting 3 on there and sharpness 5 or something like that. You do have to upgrade with the sharpness 7 book and the looting 7 book, but I put those on there. We're good to go. So we have a good sword, and we're going to be able to repair it. And that's the reason I wanted to use a Tetra tool for this, is so we can repair it when we need to. But anyway, I want to go ahead and try that. I took Sandy's armor. Look, I'm taking off all Sandy's armor. Bring it back. What do you got, Sandy? It's kind of funny. And there we go. We got a full set of gold armor, but we can't take the you can't take the items. But look, Sandy is now weak. No more buffs on Sandy. So we got protection, that, and insight 5. Like, cool stuff. I'm not gonna complain. But Justin, how about you? What you got for me? You got a full set of mana weave, it looks like. Justin's reinforced ironclad solarettes of latent magic. Protection 7, mana boost, unbreaking. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. We can steal stuff off of these guys. Oh, we do have a new one. Ririsa. Get over here, Ririsa. What you got for me? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Well, no more pilfering iron golems for us, because I just broke my darn thing. Oh, man, that was unintended. Well, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just having too much fun. But we got a mythic piece of armor with protection 7 and unbreaking 5, and it's increased enchantability. We already have one, but, just if you are playing in your earlier than 106 episodes into your playthrough and you need some good armor, easy way to do it, and you don't have to worry about, angering them. They're not going to get aggressive or anything, so, yeah. Anyway, if you pop on over here, you'll see I cleared out my apiaries. Took a while. So in this chest, I have all of the bees that was in this apiary. And remember, there are 2 apiaries over here. And then over here, all of these guys are sitting in my backpack, which you may note I upgraded to diamond. Fairly simple. It was, no, not that one. Recipe. There was Enderium, marine fabric, and then reinforced alloy. Marine fabric is super simple. We have an Enderium bee, so we're doing pretty good on all of this stuff. So, yeah, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Are you doing good here? This did jam up because I forgot to teach this not to pull the tainted honeycombs or the infused honeycombs and all that. So it got stuck, but it's doing okay now. So yeah, let's go ahead and get our bees going. So in order to get ourselves a tier 2 apiary, this is our crafting recipe. Beeper honeycomb, or any sort of honeycomb, any sort of honey block, rune of earth, rune of air, sunflower, and aura bloom. The only thing that we didn't have last episode was aura bloom, and they are located right there. You can kind of see some of them as we fly over here, right there. Bam. As I come in hot. Yeah, they're actually not that rare. I literally popped over there. I'm like, oh, flowers. Oh, aura bloom. Perfect. So it's not like it's a rare thing or anything. It's fairly easy to get. So let's go ahead and theoretically, we should be able to put these into here and it'll distribute them for me. It does the work. And then if I do that, apparently something jammed up there. Oh, but it's 2 of each. 2 and 2. Yeah, there we go. And then that apiary will end up in the system. Perfect. I like that. So we do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then you get 1. Remember, the hopper will continuously try and shove the item in there, so we don't have to worry about when we put that in. We can actually even put this other apiary there, and it'll be fine. And then we can shove the rest of the stuff in there. And we can actually do the same when we get to our Ritual of the Forest. Let me get some bone meal for our dispenser. And then if I go apiary, we should have 3 tier 2 apiaries. Bam. Also quest completions. Great. So then all we got to do is pop over here to our Ritual of the Forest, give this guy some bone meal, and then pop down here, and it is this barrel that everything pulls out of, right? Yeah. Yeah, actually, because the apiary just goes onto any pedestal, so it doesn't matter. So we do have to do these one at a time again, but if we go ahead and grab all of our resources out, so I want to go ahead and make sure I pull these out appropriately, because remember, we have to do 1 of each. There we go. Nothing too complicated here. Rune of Summer, Rune of Spring. As you saw, I've been teaching the system how to make these things. Rune of Summer is fairly easy. I taught it how to make it with apple pie because we have a ton of apples. Apple pie is this recipe, super simple. Wheat dough, I did this recipe with eggs and wheat. And then pie crust is just a bunch of wheat to make pie crust. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we can go ahead and put each of these things in here. Bam. And bam. And theoretically, we should get a tier 3 apiary. Perfect. Vacuum it up. Sir? Are you... Oh, you are whitelisted. Okay, well, I'll just pick them up myself then. Bam, 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 and bam. Once I see that sapling go, theoretically, I could just dump all the rest of this stuff in there. Yeah. And then we can go ahead and do that. Whew, that was actually pretty close. And there we go. I like it. Dispenser's working great. Everything's working good. Automations are fantastic. I love automating the things. And now what's going to happen is we're going to get honeycomb blocks out of these guys instead of honeycomb regulars. So what we can do is go ahead and just set them right back up. And apparently I picked up some of my stuff over there from my farms. We can just go ahead and pop these guys back on in here. And it should validate them as correct. Yep. And then all we got to do is empty or let our bees be free. They can all go back to work. Get back to work, guys. Do your thing. And make me some honey. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let these guys back out. We'll be right back. Okay, bees are returned to their home. Now, one thing I did do was take out the extraction module from this chest here, because we need to make sure that we take out the terrestrial honeycomb, the infused, the ender, basically anything that's in this, which it actually doesn't tell me, but I should hopefully remember. It's the ender, terrestrial. You know what? We can tell by going home. And if we pop downstairs, we're going to have to teach this thing this anyway. And we do our infused. So if we do infused honeycomb blocks, yeah, I have terrestrial. I need the actual physical block in order to teach the extraction module. So that's why I'm not just grabbing it. So ender honeycomb is here. We need mana honeycomb. We need clockwork. We need tainted. And then we have terrestrial and infused, right? Right. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I need to actually get the physical blocks of all of these, and then I can go ahead and swap these out. Now, these two are fine. I can go ahead and swap those out in here now because I have 2 of them, and then the rest of them as we go. You know what? Actually, what am I doing? I don't even know why I'm doing that. I have these. There's infused. They're all in our system. I don't know why. I was going to wait for our bees to create them, but I have them literally right here. I have hundreds of some of them. Okay. Let's just undo it all and then do it all. There we go. Perfect. So now I can go ahead and teach this extraction module how to do that as well. Now, I can't access your UI until I actually put you into a pipe. That's okay though. Let's go ahead and pop you there. We're going to do this and we're going to say tainted, clockwork, mana, infused, which actually went there, but that's fine, ender, and terrestrial. So now any of those that come in here will not get pulled out of here because this is disallowed, which will allow our refined storage to pull it out because this is, what's it called down there? Entangled. So yeah, there we go. So all of that stuff will go into our system. This guy's going to process that. Let's just validate here that this guy is able to do that. Bloody honeycombs? I forgot about these. Oh yeah, those make our blank slates in the system. You can process these, right? Yes. You do it a little bit slower than if you were just processing regular honeycombs, but that's okay because you're basically just, we just 9x'd our production over here, essentially. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. We're going to get a lot more stuff out of this and it's going to work great. Like if we take a look at our lead honeycomb block, now instead of getting 1, we have a 50% chance to get 9 plus a bunch of nuggets and all that stuff. So we probably have a ton of nuggets in the system. Yeah, look at that. Nuggets everywhere. Sweet. Okay, cool. So we got that going. It's great. We're doing good and we're having fun. So that took care of that part of the episode, and we have our bees going. I like it. Let's go ahead and actually collect our quests for those, because that should almost wrap up our bee quest line, to be honest with you. Get it? Get it? To be honest with you? Sound like Peter from Family Guy, geez. Beeswax blocks. We got 2 gravel bees, 2 icy bees, some observers, and some honeycombs. Now, we do have a bunch of bees in our system. Theoretically, there's no reason why I don't just dump these bees into and let them produce stuff as well. I just haven't. Maybe the emerald one we should throw in there. These are just my spares. These are the ones that I used to breed with. So like when I needed an iron bee for creating the infused bee, I just made an iron bee. Bam. Anyway, so that's that quest. Let's go ahead and we'll see what else we got. Occultism, we got an infused pickaxe, Easnium ore. We can pick up our dimensional mine shaft. I think it's downstairs, isn't it? Yeah, we can pick this guy up. That should finish off that quest. Eventually, we will automate this, so that way we can automate the repairing of it. I think I can't do this quest until I actually get the I have to make a minor foliate, which this requires some god shards and stuff, so I'm not too in the hurry to get to that. Let's see, what other quests can we just knock out of here? Maybe an Afrit Crusher. We should be starting to upgrade to tier 3 dimensional stabilizers at some point. Rune of Greed, Demon Will. These are the only things that we don't know how to make just yet. Okay. Let's do Botania. We have cranked through. We're going to make sparks. We're going to get Dragonstone and Elementium. And Dragonstone. Bookmark that so we can get some quests there. Then we have Nature's Aura. We've done pretty darn good here in the world of Nature's Aura. We made the Swamp Homie. I need to pick up a token of Euphoria. Do I have any of those? I know I did, but I think I used it, didn't I? Do I have 16 Joy? You know what? We use a lot of Joy, to be honest with you. So let's just make 10 more of those. Yeah, we should be good to go there. We'll let that run, make 10 of those, and then I'll convert some of those over so we can complete that quest. Then we need, yeah, that'll do that. We don't have the creational catalyst. We don't have any of that stuff. Cool. And if we pop up here to refine storage, we got our constructors, destructors. Have I made any of this other stuff? Nope. We are going to be making gold crafters here soon. I know, we just moved into iron crafters. Gold crafters aren't terribly too expensive, though, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. A storage disk and a disk drive. I don't have any disk drives. Automation, and yeah. So if we take a look at our expert quest, because remember, we should be following the quests at least to some degree as to where we're going. Our tech quests, we're in the nuclear physics chapter. We actually can just pick up one of those elite control circuits now, I believe. We're out of experience. This is where we're at. This is what we're doing. We're working on getting experience. So we'll come back to the elite control circuit. But once we do, we'll be able to pick up that and then move on to other sections. Our magic, we've actually already done all of this stuff. I just need to go pick the things up so we can mark that quest off. So let's go ahead and grab our offering table. Thank you. And then we just need to pop up top to our astral sorcery area. Pick up our starlight crafting altar, and we're going to get the awesome sound when we do, so get ready. Oh. Sir. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, finish the quest. Now, okay, here we go. Turn up your headphones. Ready? Ah, it's so satisfying. That's why I complete the quests. It's so satisfying when we get to hear that sound. It's good. It's great. And that finishes off the adept magic chapter. So now we are in the master, and we're actually about halfway done with all of the master quests. So like we're doing pretty darn good here. And then our nuclear physics is where we're going to start getting into stuff. Molten pink ender slime. I could actually get a bucket of that. If I were to have taught the system how to do it. It knows how to make this. It just doesn't know how to put it into a bucket. We can deal with that later. Anyway, so let's go ahead and collect all of these quests, yes, and see what we get from it. We're starting to get into some of the epic quests. You know what? Let's go ahead and hold off. We're going to do... I need a dominant and a recessive. Dominant and recessive. So we have a recessive. I know I wanted recessive. So we can make one of those. I didn't plan for a dominant. I do have the mana pearls. What am I doing? What am I complaining for? We're going to need a dominant anyway when we get into like crafting with the Alfheim, or the what is that called? Alf Steel and all that stuff. So, and when we want to make the Gaia Guardian and all that. So I actually want to make 4 of these recessive. Because if I'm understanding correctly, I always forget how these things work. But if we look at Spark Augments Recessive, makes a spark distribute all of the mana in its pool to any nearby non-augmented or dispersive sparks pools until its own is empty. So with that, oh, Justin, geez, Louise, I shouldn't have robbed you. Man, you take a ton of damage now when you stand there. Sandy, are you okay? All right. Well, Justin the Cheerful has been with us for a long time. I guess I did rob them of all of their protections. So if we get some sparks here, and we can put the dominant one away because we don't need that right now. And we get 3 more recessives. I planned for this. I planned to make 4 of these. So we take our sparks and we put them back on our mana pools here because I did take them off. I believe all of these guys are sparked up already. Let's just grab a bunch and just validate that. Yeah, I can't put one there. Can't put one there. Can't put one there. Oh, I could put one there. And I don't know if these are going to be within the proper range. You have one already. And I don't know if you guys actually drain mana. So we're going to go ahead and put them on you. So now if I put recessive spark augments on here, it should start filling all of those up for us automatically. And it is going to be a sparkle fest until the mana drains out of all of those and fills up all our other stuff. But now basically our mana is automated. So it's going to automatically fill up all of our crafting recipes, everything that we use for crafting, our portal here and everything will all stay topped up. And then our Gormarillis should have kicked off. Yep, it's doing its thing and it is creating mana for us. And I like it. It works great. Now we're cooking with mana essentially. Let's go ahead and get another mana pearl. Actually, we need a mana diamond, a mana pearl. We're going to throw both of these through. You and you. Give me my stuff. Okay, so there's the dragon stone that we wanted. And then we need an elementium ingot, which was, again, either elven honeycombs or an infused and a tainted gold. Infused and tainted gold. Go ahead and craft me one of those, sir. We have tainted honeycombs, so that's pretty good. And you know what? I'm just going to actually request 64 of you because you're going to just pop over to the nether and do the thing. And there we go. There's that. And then we can yeet and yeet. And then yeet. There we go. Elementium ingot. So that completes that quest. And I think that's it quest-wise. Yes, look at that. We're already getting tainted honeycomb blocks. We need to switch our recipe over now because we're no longer going to get these. And if I'm going to craft these, I might as well craft them as a whole block. And then that way I get 9 at a time instead of burning through these. Yeah. Okay. So that is Botania stuff. We got the apiary. We got the spark augment. The Rune of Autumn is my only one that I'm struggling with to automate here. I taught the system how to make all of the other runes, including like all of the mythic botany stuff. Now we can't make some of these. Some of these we can actually. Like if I wanted a Rune of Alfheim, I just need Alf Steel. But we have like all the other requisites and stuff ready to go for a lot of these. Like there we go. We can make, well, a Rune of Envy is not anything. But the Rune of Summer, as you can see, all of these are wanting a Rune of Summer. That's what's missing here. The Rune of Summer requires us to get carved pumpkins, which makes me need to get a precision sawmill. We've been needing one of these for our automation of those dimensional crystal matrix thingies. So we're going to get probably 2 of these because one of these is going to be dedicated for our automation of those. But we need to get this set up so that we can sawmill stuff and get our carved pumpkin. We need to get honeyed apples set up, which I'm struggling to think of what my best way to do this is. Probably, again, like we have our lava. Oop, come on. I'm always making holes. I picked a Paxel for this. But anyway, we'll have this set up here just like this, but we're going to get our honey from our centrifuge. We'll put it into one of these in remember I said we're going to start switching to advanced black hole tanks. Then we'll have it hooked up to the spout so it can drain, and then we'll just have an exporter set up to honey, and then with a detector so that we only keep 64 honey in the system or something like that because we don't need that much, or honey glazed apples. And then hot cocoa should be fairly easy. We can go this route. I do have my cooking pot over here, but I don't know how it's going to work with automations that require 2 things. For example, if I were to pop home, we can actually test this out and do a little bit of troubleshooting here. Golden apples, right? Golden apples are made in our cooking pot or in a casting table with 8 gold ingots, but this is the recipe for golden apples. It takes 2 gold dust, and the gold dust does have to be in separate slots. And that makes 1 of these, right? Yeah, 1 of those. So if I go ahead and craft it or grab this and I put it down into our cooking pot, here you are, and I say, hey, I want a golden apple, it's going to craft the things. It's going to have to crush some gold real quick. But look, it puts the gold dust in 1 slot instead of splitting it like it needs to be. It doesn't matter which slot it's in. It just needs to be split. And I don't know how to handle that. I integrated dynamics, I guess. But man, that's a lot to automate just for this little itty bitty cooking pot when I can probably just throw 8 gold ingots into a casting table because we should have quite a lot of gold and not have to worry about it when I need to get there. That's my philosophy there. Yeah. Okay. So I've talked long enough to run out this episode. My bad. We got a lot done though. We got tier 3 apiaries, which is pretty darn good. I'm not going to complain. Next episode, we're going to come back and we are going to... Oh, I missed some bees. We're going to come back and we are going to work on getting our spawner set up for our essence, because that's kind of sort of my bottleneck right now. That's the way things work. We always come up against bottlenecks and everything, but that is our current bottleneck, is the essence generation, so that I can actually start auto crafting a lot of things. Like I can't kick off the crafting of crafters and stuff because I don't have a lot of essence. I also need to get the Wixie shards set up, but that shouldn't be terribly too easy. A lot of people are giving me some ideas for some R's spells and stuff for witches and getting the Wixie shards automated. But yeah, so we'll come back. We're going to set this up. Where we're going to put it, I don't quite know. We're just going to have these guys go. We're going to speed this thing up. If we take a look at spawner, we're going to do all the things that we can to make this better. We'll add redstone control, so I'm going to need a glyph of sensitive. I'll work on getting another Spectre's Eye, so I don't have to be here. Though actually the spawner agitator works, so, and I have some of those. We've looted them. Let's see, ignores light. Yep, we don't want to worry about light. We want increased spawn count. We're going to increase entities. Make as many as you can. We're going to silence it. We don't want them to be running around. We're also going to do no AI. That way they're not hopping around and doing stuff. This one is actually new and it's pretty darn cool. Activation range. Spawn delay. What else do we need? Yeah, that's fine. I think we're going to set up like a Ars Nouveau portal to actually capture them, move them, and then do the killing somewhere else. Ignore spawn conditions? Yeah, let's grab that too. How about plus entities? Yeah, we'll do that. This will make more entities. If I do a token of joy in my offhand, not a token of sorrow, we'll get more entities out of it instead of less. But anyway, last thing I want to do is go ahead and collect all these quest rewards, because we just did all this work for quests and I want to see what we can get. A Spark Tinkerer. So let's go ahead and collect everything. And we got 8 Easnium. I'll take that. Easnium is hard. Look, there's our spawner agitator. Spark Tinkerer, nickel chunk aluminum, a bunch of chunks of ore. We got some sparks. We got Agricarnation, Rune of Summer. Hey, those are the ones I can't make. That actually kind of helps out a lot. We can kind of sort of skip a few things if we really needed to. I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, that's the end of today's episode. Justin, I'm glad to see you were doing good there. Thank you for not dying on me. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.